I speak to you in the name of the one holy and living God. Well, I have lived in my neighborhood for about 6.5 years now, and for almost 4 of them, Mojo and I have made the rounds of the 6 interconnected cul-de-sacs. But never before have I experienced the signs and the wonders that have occurred during the past several weeks. No longer do I not only know my neighbors' dogs' names, I know the people's names too. And I know that John plays the horn, and he desperately misses his opportunities to rehearse with the community orchestra. Martha loves the weather, just as long as it breaches the 90-degree mark. I have had the pleasure of witnessing every shade of green decorate delicate threads of trees just before the dust enters my nostrils. And I did not miss the single day blooms of my neighbor's exquisite Solenocerius grandiflorus. So many simple signs and wonders in my little neighborhood, probably in your neighborhood too. Because you see, many of us are among the more fortunate, being fairly insulated from the physical, emotional, economic, and familial devastation that many people are suffering as a consequence of COVID-19. So that begs the question, what then is the meaning of the pandemic for us? Could it be that in this time of stillness, silence, and social distance, our shepherd, our God, is leading us to recognize the beauty and the abundance that surrounds us, leading us to lie down in the green pastures of our homes, to be still by the waters of our pools and fountain features, to listen for God in the thick rest of silence. Could it be that in this time of stillness, silence, social distance, our shepherd, our God, is showing us a new way of being, not doing, being, a new way of being in the world? Informally joining our neighbors, sitting 6 feet apart in the crook of our cul-de-sacs, raising plastic cups and crackers and Thanksgiving for a community we did not know was there. Thanksgiving with the simple pleasure of being alive. Could it be that in this time of stillness, silence, social distance, our shepherd, our God, is teaching us the way of holy waiting, offering messages of care and encouragement by card or call or chalk messages on our sidewalks, bidding blessings to strangers, hand-painted on rocks tucked beside cactus and street posts, and pausing and being embraced by the goodwill and blessing of an invisible stranger. Could it be that in this time of stillness, silence, social distance, our shepherd, our God, is inviting us to look in the mirror and examine the ways that our personal programs for security, safety, esteem, power, and control enslave us? Admit our addictions? Confess our hidden agendas? Seeking help and praying for the grace of healing? Could it be that in this time of stillness, silence, social distance, our God, our shepherd, sees us as sheep? Sees us as sheep conformed to the status quo? Damned by the deception of civil, religious, and political officials, confused by contention, provoked by propaganda, chained to our stake in certainty? Could it be that in this time of stillness and silence and social distance, our shepherd, our God, is calling us by name, guiding us along the right pathways, reviving our souls as we pass through the valley of the shadow of COVID-19 deaths? Could it be that we will emerge from this time of stillness, silence, and social distance a new and transformed people? Recognizing how quickly earth heals when we are still, when we are silent, and when we let God be God. The air is purified, the water is clarified, and we are restored to immaculate innocence. Could it be that this time of stillness, silence, and social distance is God's way of transforming our hearts, our minds, our lives, our planet? Leading us on the pathways of right living, initiating us into the way of being whole and holy humans. Dear people of God, do we dare to believe our psalmist? Do we dare to believe the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want? Do we dare to believe Jesus' words of comfort and encouragement to the disciples and to us, words we find in the 12th chapter of Luke's Gospel, and Jesus says, "Do not be afraid, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." Do not be afraid, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Could it be? Amen.